What's up, guys? I'm Youngster Skymore, and today I am giving my first impressions of SteamWorld Dig. Just a quick little plug, I guess, before I start the video is I haven't done any scripted videos until recently. I hadn't done any scripted videos in a long time, but since I came back to my channel about a little over a month ago, one of the things I want to really try to be doing is start doing more scripted videos, and I just sort of started doing that a few days ago, where I uploaded my top 10 most anticipated games of 2018. And like starting with that, I'm really trying to get back, or not really back. I've like never really been a big channel with scripted videos. Like I've mostly been more focused on other stuff, but I really am trying to start focusing on some scripted videos in addition to stuff like first impressions. So just I want to let you guys know. So if you feel free to check out that video. It took me a while to make, and I think it's one of the best videos I've made. So feel free to check it out. I really appreciate it. And look forward to more scripted videos in the future. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today we're talking about SteamWorld Dig, which I am playing on PC. It's also available for a bunch of other systems. I don't know exactly what system it's for. I'm pretty sure it's probably for PS4. I think it's for 3DS. Is it for PS4? I don't know. Probably. I know it's for 3DS. It's probably for Wii U. I don't know. I don't know if it's for Wii U, actually. And it's for Switch. I think it just came out on Switch. Is it on Xbox One? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not very knowledgeable. I usually am pretty knowledgeable about these things. I actually don't know what system SteamWorld Dig is on, but it's on a decent variety of systems at least. I know for a fact it's on Switch, PC, and 3DS, and I would bet my life it's on PS4 too, probably Wii U. Actually, I don't know. But anyway, so this game has received a lot of high praise. The sequel just came out this year, or last year, I guess. I keep thinking it's 2017. It's already February of 2018. The sequel came out last year. That received really high praise too. So this is a series that I've been interested in for a while, in trying out. But, so I have to say, I played about an hour of it so far. Like an hour, maybe an hour and like 5 minutes or something like that. And I have to say, I'm honestly a little bit disappointed in what I've played so far, which I'm really shocked by, considering how much this game is praised. But I guess, you know, we all have different opinions. Because from what I played so far, I'm really not that into it. And let me say why. So, beginning of the game, you walk into town. There's like a little cutscene in the beginning, which I liked the cutscene. The music during the cutscene was pretty good. The title theme was really good too. The music in this game so far, I guess I should say, is really good. But there's only been like two or maybe like 3 songs, because the vast majority of the game so far is just taking place in this mine, and the mine had, I think, the same music the whole time, unless I'm mistaken. But I'm pretty sure it has had the same music the whole time, at least so far. So I walked into this town, and because my uncle sent me the claim to his mine. You're this like little character. I forget what his name is, but you're like this. And for some reason, like I guess they don't really explain this. They don't explain the backstory, but all of the characters are like robots, even though it's a Wild West-esque location. So that's an interesting environment, I guess. And you're this like little robot guy with like a sombrero, and your uncle has just given you the claim to his mine. So you fall down into the mine actually by mistake. You meet this blue robot girl, and she's like, "Oh, you're Joe's nephew? Oh, I'm sorry. What happened to him? You should see for yourself." And then you walk a little bit over in the mine, and you see he is dead. It looks like he's been dead for a decent amount of time. Oh, look, because it kind of looks like he was like bones, but looking back, I forgot that they're not humans. They're like, but they're not they're like robots. So I guess that was just like his dirty robot self. So I guess he died pretty recently. But yeah, your uncle's died, and now the mine is in your hands, and there's only like 3 other people living in this town. But then from then on, the blue girl's just like, "Why don't you go digging in the mine, and then if you find some like valuable gems, you can sell them to me." And then, so that's what you do. You just start digging in the mine, and you dig and you get gems. And when you go up there, you could sell her the gems, and you get money. And then and there's this other character. I think that character is like the grandfather maybe of that girl, or something like that. And you can buy upgrades from him with the money you get. So you can buy like a better axe. You can buy another slot in your inventory, because like at first you can only fit 3 different types of gems, and like about 4 of each of them, depending on the gem. But then like you can buy another inventory slot. You can also buy like extra lamps, which like is a thing that can increase brightness. But like, and then there's like one other character in there who just like gives you some advice sometimes. And that's all the characters in the overworld, at least as of now. And then literally all you do in the game so far is you drop down in the mine, you dig a bunch, and then your inventory's full, and you're like, "Oh, my inventory's full." So you gotta climb back up, and then you go up and you sell your stuff, and you buy some more materials, and then you drop back down into the mine, fall all the way back down, like go through the path that you created to go back down to where you were, and then you just keep digging lower and lower. And that's pretty much the entire, like all this game is so far. And it's been over an hour, so it's not like I just started, you know. It's a pretty decent amount of time, especially because I've heard this game's only about 5 hours long, so that's a pretty decent chunk of the game. So to explain the game, I mean, you're watching a video of me playing the game right now, so you probably have a pretty good idea what the gameplay is like just from watching it. But it's like very grid based, kind of like Minecraft but 2D, if that makes sense. And you just press the B button to hit these blocks with your pickaxe, and it usually takes, depending on how strong your pickaxe and depending on the type of material, it takes anywhere from 1 hit to like 5 hits to break the blocks. On average, I say about 3 hits, so it's just like hit, 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 block is broken, hit, 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 block is broken, hit, 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 and you just keep doing that over and over again. And most of the blocks, you break them, you don't get anything, and then some of the blocks will have gems, and you'll see those. So those are gonna be the ones you're trying to aim for, and you get to those and you break those, and then you get some gems, and that's cool, I guess. And like you can't break blocks like that are in the air, so it's like a little, or actually you can break blocks directly above you, but you can't like jump and swing it. So that leaves a little, you have to like kind of think ahead, make sure you don't accidentally dig to a place that you can't reach a certain gem. But if you don't, it's not the big of a deal. It's just like 1 gem. There's never anything like missable in that way. And the cave, I actually didn't realize this when I was playing, but looking back, it makes a lot of sense because I was looking some stuff up about this game because I was a little bit confused about how much people like it. So I was looking up some stuff and I was reading some reviews, and I discovered that actually the cave, or the mine, is randomly generated, which makes a lot of sense to me because, you know, there really wasn't any level design. I mean, now looking back, obviously it's randomly generated so it makes sense, but there really wasn't any level design. It was just like kind of mindless hitting these blocks over and over again, and that was most of what you were doing in the game. And on one hand, like, it does have like some good things about it. It kind of like gives you those little dopamine boosts every time you break one of those blocks. Like, it definitely feels good, and it's definitely satisfying, and then getting the gems feels good. But other than that, like, it's just kind of, so it's not like it's not like boring, I wouldn't say. Like, it's not that I wasn't having fun. I was definitely having some fun, but it was just so mindless that I just felt like I was kind of wasting my life away playing this game. I felt like I was sort of doing the same thing over and over again, and I just didn't enjoy it that much. But like, this is coming from someone who, for example, doesn't really like Minecraft. That being said, I never really gave it a fair shake. I never actually played it. I never owned it. I just played it at my friends' houses, but still. So, and I know Minecraft is a huge sensation. There's people who absolutely love it. So maybe that's just a certain thing. That's some people just like, you know, just digging away. But even Minecraft, like, looking at this from like an outsider's perspective who hasn't really played that much of Minecraft. I've played more Minecraft than I played SteamWorld Dig. Minecraft is 3D, and you can explore and like you discover new things. You don't just go straight down. And so far in the straight down, I've gone for 1 hour. It's just like the same. It's just like dirt, nothing really new. In Minecraft, there's like different types of environments, different stuff you can find, and like there's different materials, and everything that you're mining, you're getting those materials. But in SteamWorld Dig, you're just getting rid of dirt unless you find a gem, which you do nothing with. You just sell them. So everything you get, it doesn't really mean anything for the most part. And Minecraft, there's also creative elements. You can like build stuff, and that's like, I would say, the biggest appeal of Minecraft is like creating your own world. SteamWorld Dig doesn't have anything like that, no creation element. So it's just, you're just digging away, and you just keep digging down, and then you realize, oh, my inventory's full. You gotta climb back up, sell your stuff, and then get some more stuff, and then fall back down and just keep digging down. And that's pretty much what this game is. And to me, it's just, you know, not that appealing, I feel like. And I'm so, like, I was really surprised, like, that, how well this game is received and how many people really like this. I mean, I was like, if you like it, good for you. Just have fun. But I'm just, you know, I just don't find it that interesting of gameplay. There's like the gameplay doesn't evolve at all over the course of the hour that I played. It's just continuously the same thing, and it's just kind of mindless and autonomous, and it never changes. Like, it never has any new takes on what's happening. Like, a lot of games, like, have like the same element. The whole game's about this like one gameplay mechanic, but they're constantly evolving on that gameplay mechanic and using that mechanic and new ideas. This is not even, there's no design. It's just randomly generated like blocks everywhere, and you're just digging down, and it's not really that fun, to be honest with you. Occasionally there are some enemies, but the enemies, there's only been one type of enemy I've seen so far, and it's so easy to kill. It's just like sitting in a block, and if you like hit the block where it is, depending on where you hit it from, you can just kill it instantly. But even if it breaks free, it's just like walks back and forth, like I don't know, it just walks back and forth very slowly, and you just hit it with your thing, and then it like turns around if you hit it, and then it comes back to you, and you hit it again, and then it turns around, and then it comes back to you, and you hit it again, and that's it, and you just kill it. So there's no challenge at all in the combat. There's no challenge in digging. You don't need to really think or anything like that. And that's pretty much all the main bulk of the gameplay is. The good thing, well, I mean, there's multiple good things it has going for it. The music is good, the graphics are good. It's a pretty looking game. But the one thing that I did particularly enjoy about this game is occasionally there are these caves that you walk into, and inside the caves, like so the whole game pretty much takes place in this mine. It's all below the earth. And it is pretty cool that like it's all one world, that you just keep digging and it's like all the same world, you know. But anyway, and in that mine, occasionally there are caves that you can go into, and like you press up on the D-pad and you walk into these caves. Inside the caves are actually like designed parts of the game, and like you know, with level design and level design and platforming, and these parts of the game are actually pretty like really fun. And these are absolutely the best parts I've had of the game. I've played of the game. I've only done, I think there's only been like maybe like 2 or 3 so far in the 1 hour. I think there's like 2 really, but there was one I was about to do when I stopped playing. So I probably should have done that one before I stopped playing, but like I kind of had to stop playing right at that moment. It was just like a good time to stop, you know. And those parts I really enjoyed. I enjoyed them a lot. It was just, you know, fun platforming segments of the game, and you know that's what happens when humans design the games. Then they're fun. But when you just leave it up randomly generated and it doesn't evolve at all, it just is kind of mindless, I feel like. So if that was like the whole game was like stuff like that, who knows, maybe it would be different. But that was only like maximum 10 minutes of the time I spent, probably less than that, but maximum that was about 10 minutes of the gameplay. It was like actually designed levels. And in each of those parts you actually would get a new power-up, and that was cool too. I liked getting the new power-ups. So in the beginning you can hit with your axe, and you can jump, and you can wall jump, and you can like wall jump instantly or infinitely, so you can just keep going up the wall, because you can like wall jump and then like hit back against the same wall even higher up, so you can just keep going up, which is how you like can climb out of the cave. Like when you get really low in the cave, you gotta climb back out so that you can sell your good and buy more stuff. But then the 2 power-ups I gotten so far is I got one power-up that just lets you run faster, and when you run faster you can like jump higher. And then there's another power-up that also let me jump higher, but it let me jump a lot higher, but it used up steam. So I guess that's why it's called SteamWorld Dig, maybe, because you can actually, starting at that point, there's like water puddles in different places, and if you like sit in the water, your water fills up, and then you had to use about like half of your water capacity to do like that super high jump. So that was an interesting mechanic, I guess. It didn't really add that much to it, but maybe later in the game as power-ups, you keep getting more power-ups, maybe that can change the game in interesting ways. But even those things didn't really affect the like the core part of the game, just in the mine, not in the caves. When you're just in the mine digging, those didn't even really affect that part of the game at all. They only really came into use inside those other segments for the most part, because then that you can actually help you, because they're actually platforming segments, and then those power-ups are actually kind of useful there. I think that's pretty much all I have to say about SteamWorld Dig. But not to say that it's all bad. Like, even though, like, from my assessment, it was very repetitive and pretty much doing the same thing the whole time, and it didn't have that much to it, and it wasn't really that fun of a mechanic even, I wasn't bored playing it. Like, I wasn't, like, having the time of my life, but I wasn't bored. And there are games where you're just like, I'm bored, and then you stop playing. And this game, you know, I wasn't feeling that. There's definitely something to this digging that's just very, very satisfying, to the point where, like, I guess some people just really like that, and that's why they like this game so much. But like, I felt that satisfaction, that satisfaction, and I felt like little dopamine rushes every time you break the block. Like, it kind of does feel good, but that's not enough to make it a like very fun game on its own. But I guess it does give the game does have nothing going for it. It is a good feeling, but just doing that over and over again, it's honestly not that fun. And it's just kind of repetitive, and it's mindless. It's especially it's not even like boring. It's just mindless, and I just felt like I was kind of like wasting my life away, you know. Kind of like similar to the feeling you get when you play like a mobile game, and like even if you have like little boosts of fun, like collecting all these things, you're just like tapping on the screen, collecting all these things. Like in Clash of Clans, for example, I remember in like I don't know if you played Clash of Clans in like 8th grade or something like that, maybe. I don't know when it was, 9th grade maybe. A bunch of my friends were playing Clash of Clans. They were obsessed with that game, so I'm like, oh, I'll give it a try, and ended up playing for a little bit. And it's not a fun game, really, by any. It's not that very. I don't know. It's not horrible. It's not a very fun game, but there were still like moments of fun. You know, like for example, like you would have to like place stuff into your base, and you have to wait for it to like give you stuff, and then when it gives you like your resources, you have to like tap on the resources to like collect them, and just like tapping on like 8 different resources in a row like gives you like little boosts of dopamine. Like I kind of felt stuff like that kind of feeling. I felt constantly throughout SteamWorld Dig, but just like imagine like playing Clash of Clans or whatever, but you're infinitely getting resources. You're just like tap 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 tap, just getting all these resources. Like it's kind of feels good, but it just feels like I'm wasting my time. It just feels kind of mindless and repetitive. Speaking of which, I'm being mindless and repetitive now, just like going on and on about how that's what this game is like. So I apologize. I feel like I've gone on too long about this. One thing I will say before I end the video is I was reading some reviews after, and one person was like, because I was like confused how people like this game so much, but then I started reading some negative reviews, and one person was like, in particular, the first hour is really boring, but after that the game starts to like, the first hour was really boring and like it was the same thing over and over, but after that the game starts to offer more to you and you see more of what the game offers. So I think maybe I'm gonna give this game another 30 to 45 minutes to see if it can offer anything else, because I'm curious if that guy was right and maybe the game starts to get better after the first hour. But from what I played, I wouldn't really recommend it. It isn't like a bad game, but it's not really a good game either. It's just kind of meh. It's a mindless. That's how I would describe it in a word, is mindless. I apologize if you like this game and you disagree. And of course, this is a first impressions video. This isn't a review. So as for all my first impressions video, they're just the immediate thoughts I have right after playing the game for the first time. It's not like I've played the game and I've been thinking about it for a week, analyzing my thoughts and analyzing my playtime. It's what I think right now, fresh off of playing it. My opinions definitely could change. Even if I don't play the game anymore, a week later, my opinions could change, and I could realize, oh, this is actually why I didn't like it, and this is what I actually liked about it. Who knows, maybe I'll give it a little more time. I'm probably not going to review it because I don't think I'm going to want to play the whole thing, but who knows, maybe I'll play a little more and it'll hook me, or maybe I'll just play the whole thing just for the sake of being able to review it. Because the one bad thing about reviews for me, since I don't do it for a living, like it's not my job, so I don't just like get a game and then play it through and then review it. I want to spend my free time playing games that I enjoy, but I only want to, you can't really review a game unless you beat it, but I don't want to play through a game to completion if I'm not enjoying it, you know? So it ends up with all the games that I review, even though I haven't reviewed them on my channel. I used to write for a website and I reviewed a lot for them, but I'm going to start, that's why I said, since I started doing scripted videos the other day, I've got a bunch of reviews and stuff in the works, and a bunch of scripted videos in the works. But anyway, like all of the games I end up reviewing, that I'm going to end up reviewing, are mostly games that I really enjoy, because otherwise I wouldn't keep playing them when there are great games I could be playing instead. So that's the thing. So maybe I should like try to force myself to play some other games that I have like hot takes on that I don't absolutely love, like SteamWorld Dig. But that's also what these videos are for, so I can still give my thoughts on games that I don't beat. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Like, if you, by the way, I've been streaming, brief shout out, I've been streaming Cuphead on Twitch lately, so if you guys are interested in Cuphead, check that out. I'm also, sometime down the line, sometime pretty soon, I plan on doing a full playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club, which I don't know if you've heard anything about, but it's supposed to be off the walls, so hopefully that will be fun. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. Be sure to drop a comment down below. Tell me what you think about this game, if you've played it, if you love it, and if you disagree with me, please explain to me why. And if you don't like it, please explain to me why too. Just tell me your opinion. I'm curious to know. What's the thing? Is there anything else? Subscribe, I guess. I hopefully you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe for more videos. I really appreciate it. Like I said this in the beginning, I know, but feel free to check out my top 10 most anticipated games from 2018, which is the top 10 that I just made very recently. I want to keep talking to you guys. This is what I used to do. I used to have this problem. I still sort of do it, well, clearly right now, but I've gotten better at just ending videos. But sometimes it's like, alright, the video's over, but I want to keep talking because I like talking to you guys and it's fun, but that is going to be the video. So, yeah, I don't want to end it though. And I'll see you guys next time. Video games, baby.